Hello, this is Telmir and welcome to another repair video. In this video we're looking at an iPhone 13. Now it has a busted screen. The screen has a couple of cracks in it and a line straight through it. But that's not what this video is about. This video is, in fact, about these the power buttons and the volume buttons, all that stuff. They're very, very squishy. Here, I'll put it up to the microphone. You can hear nothing. Nothing at all. It's very, very squishy. Just for reference, this is an iPhone XR. You can hear the buttons clicking. They have some click to them. They're not extremely loud, but they do have some click. Okay? Yeah. Well, this one doesn't have any click. How do we fix that? Now, how we fix that is dependent on a few different things. Access, for example. How easy is it to get to these buttons? Well, this one is not too hard to get to. These ones are much more difficult to get to. I'm being only paid 20 bucks to do this repair. So what does that mean? I'm not taking the battery out. I'm not taking this board out either. So that means that we are just giving this a clean on the outside with some isopropyl alcohol. When you're doing this, you're using 99% isopropyl alcohol. You could use up like 91% at the lowest. Don't use anything lower than that. You risk the possibility of damaging the electronics. 99% you're guaranteeing that you will not damage any of the electronics from too much water being in your solution. So let's get at that. What you're going to need is maybe a toothbrush or a stiff brush like this. I've got both. I'm going to try both. I'm going to start off with first the toothbrush. And the reason why you're going to start off with the toothbrush is because they're a bit finer. They're thinner than the thicker, heavier bristles. And they're a little bit softer. So that's where I'm going to start off with. I'm just going to flood that button all the way through, all the way around. And I'm going to put some on the toothbrush as well. You want to use one that you're not going to use again. I don't recommend using a toothbrush that you're actively using. So that's where I'm starting. I'm just brushing around the edges of that button. Another thing you can do, and I will be doing, is just pressing the button multiple times in rapid succession, seeing if I can get that moving. That's about as all I can do there. Got to move on to the brush, the thicker, heavier brush. Let's give that a few pushes just to see if it loosens up. It's starting to already. The problem here is also that although you got alcohol in behind it, if you don't get the liquid out from that's causing it to act the way it is in the first place, the moment the alcohol dries up, the problem's going to come right back. So we got to figure out how to flush that solution out. So I'm just going to keep at it. Shouldn't take too long. This is definitely a like 5 to 10 minute fix you're looking at. If you really want to do a thorough repair on this and you're a business trying to figure out how to do this and you've never done it before, don't charge 20 bucks for this. That's just way too cheap, because I would have to take out this battery for like a true proper cleaning, not this cheap quick fix. Whatever rates are for your area, obviously you're going to be going by that. You can already hear it. It's starting to work. Another area that you can go in at, and I'm going to see if I can zoom in on it. Here we go. I'm going to use a pair of tweezers to point at this. Just keep in mind with 99% isopropyl alcohol, it can burn your skin and cause white spots on your skin. It will go away after a while. Another area you can dribble in alcohol is right in this little area right here. This is where the button is. And if you dribble it in there and you are using some air, you can push some of that liquid in and through, and that can help as well. Once you're done all this, it would be a good idea to take maybe a hair dryer or a heat gun, and you're not going to leave it on long, but you just want to dry up the alcohol, and you'd apply heat on the outside edge on this side here just to make sure that the alcohol's dried up and you know for sure that the issue is gone. Because if you dry up that alcohol and you can still clearly tell that the stickiness is present after, you've not succeeded at the cleaning. So just keep that in mind. I gotta keep cleaning this. Okay, let's see how that went. I can hear quite clearly that it's clicking quite well now. but I don't know if it has cleaned out. So remember what I said about heat gun? Don't need to leave this on long. I just need to drive out the alcohol. This doesn't take long with 99%. The other thing too is that if it's sticky like that, even the heat can make it so that it remains not like sticky. So you got to keep that in mind as well, that you need to let it cool down some before you know for sure whether or not you've cleaned it out properly. Like already I can feel that it is still a little bit on the sticky side. It doesn't feel great. It feels better than it was, but it doesn't feel great yet. So what I'm going to try doing is I'm going to put in some more alcohol while I'm pressing the button on the inside and just see if that helps. I'm going to repeat this for you guys for an absolute certainty so that you've got this drilled into your brains. This is not a proper cleaning method. This works, it's a quick fix. If I was to take this apart, I wouldn't doubt that I would find a ring of sticky material still within there, at least to some degree, after having completed this very basic cleaning. So if this is all your customer asks for is the cheapest option, you gotta let them know that the problem might return. Well, I did the same thing with these buttons here, and a little bit with this actually. It didn't really need it, but just clean it up. But the same thing with those two buttons as I did with this one, and it seems to have worked. They've cleaned up pretty good. It's not perfect, but it is a lot better, as you can hear. So that's all there is for this video. If you found this video to be useful, I'd really appreciate a like, and if you want to see more of my stuff, subscribe. We'll see you guys all in another video. Bye.